Well, evil. In order to put this world into order, how much evil do you think would have to be? You see what I'm saying? In other words, just to think world peace up underneath these incompetent fucking assholes that run these places. You dig what I'm saying? What kind of man you think would have that in his head? Anybody that wants to put order into the world, anybody that's got a brain that wants to put order into the world has got to stumble upon Hitler. Because Hitler started putting order into the world. And when he started putting order into the world, it threw him out, it overwhelmed him. It was too big for him, he couldn't do it, you dig? In other words, the ways of the animals I identify with more than I do with the ways of the humans. Humans are pretty stupid. Humans won't survive. Humans ain't gonna survive. Not the way they're going.
Think they're gonna destroy themselves?
Yeah, definitely. They're gonna destroy every fucking thing. They're destroying everything. See, people don't realize how many, if you sit down and you started thinking people, it would take you 10 weeks to think up 200 million people, man. Do you know how many people that is? Now you run out of food with 200 million people. You run out of oil with 200 million people. You run out of thought with 200 million people. You got a lot of meat there, man. That's a lot of meat to deal with, D. You know, I'm reaching for perfection, just like we all reach for perfection. But my perfection is in the air, the water, the trees, and the wildlife, and it goes beyond my physical. You see what I'm saying? In other words, they can't understand, I've already gave this physical up, man. The physical's hanging down there on the courtroom. You know, if you want to interview me, why don't you go talk to the DA, maybe he can make up some more lies for you, some more stories for you. And here's another thing that you people talk about, all these peace movement, all these demonstrators, they'll run out and demonstrate for a nuclear power plant and go home and turn electricity on. If you want to demonstrate for a nuclear power plant, don't use electricity. Does it make sense? You know what I'm saying? They want to demonstrate for something on one hand and get their faces up in the camera and like, look at me, I'm different, you know, or pay me to be somebody, you dig? And then on the other hand, they can't be somebody because they go home and turn the fucking electricity on and use the same fucking pollution. You dig what I'm saying? In other words, you can't protest cutting down trees with paperwork. You can't protest pollution riding around in automobiles. You dig? I told you 40 years ago, get back to the horse, man.
What's the best way to change things?
I get back to the horse. If you don't get back to the horse, there's going to be nothing left of you. Now, it's dawning in the minds of many. It's dawning in the minds of chemistry. It's dawning in the minds of biology. Anybody that wants to put order into the world, anybody that's got a brain that wants to put order into the world has got to stumble upon Hitler. Because Hitler started putting order into the world. And when he started putting order into the world, it threw him out, it overwhelmed him. It was too big for him, he couldn't do it, you dig? Nowadays it's a different computer. It's a different, if it's a different world, it's a different thought. Nowadays you don't need all that explosive power. You can do it on your computers with your buttons and stuff.